Let's see. Okay, I think we're working. So hopefully it stays working. All right, anyways. I don't even know how I just went. Tactical. F2, F3. Yes, Nord, I am back to. Got the bitrate lower down, so hopefully that helps the stream. Alright. I have no fuel. Last time I played this, there was no working tutorial, nothing, so they've changed a lot. Let me know if the game audio is too high. There's good sound design, but fuel. So everything in this game kind of revolves around the game audio a bit. 50%, we'll try that. Everything revolves around fuel. Using fuel to run like your cutting tools. Really loud for me. And you're using fuel to like use your jump drive. Go in here into the map. Have like no drive in this. Normally there'd be a little red bubble. It might just be a starter system, but normally you have a little red bubble around you, and in that range of that red bubble is much of any right now. Out. And like cargo weight and everything applies to jump drive range. Might sound like a good idea to load up your ship. It can limit. We refueled. For the follow. Oh. Actually added UI. We have no voice. Sorry, I'm probably going too far away from my mic. Yeah, it's like a hard balance because you try and filter out the mechanical keyboard, and you try and filter out the computer fans and stuff, and then I have to like hover over the mic, get it to work. And my screen is above me, so I keep looking up. Try to adjust it a little bit. Get a little taller. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Not seeing. change how we warp now? Out. Cat. Stuff. But something after that. Warp to. Oh, there's no button for it. You're supposed to use the map now? I couldn't imagine so. That seems really convenient. Oh, that's definitely not. Notice from anyone that plays Eve, there's no overview, nothing like that. These are supposed to change at some point based on like pack that you start with. So like at this point you have an alt avatar, but higher one. Is the voice working a little better, by the way? Content. Wait. Ah, system now. Okay. Yeah. The system camera view. There's printers and stuff in here? Alright. Guess people are like building a base. Okay, I'm glad the mic's working better. Building base inside. Inside the starting system. Yes. Line object. What type of site they are trying to bypass. Not telling me what type of sites they are. That's so weird. Alright, let's just pick one and see what happens. Hopefully we don't die in a starting system. I do love that like everything in this has its own jump drive, everything, you know, there's a lot you can do with every ship. You can see I'm burning fuel just by warping. Oh, is this just the range point? Okay. This is just an orbit point. Okay, that's not actually like a point of interest. That's just the peak of the orbit. Oh, okay. Here's actually a site. Envoy. I don't... Envoy. First site. Convoy debris? Maybe we're there? Without an overview, you gotta work a lot harder to find stuff. Don't die immediately. Tactical camera. Nothing here? What? I don't know how I'm gonna get this common ore with nothing here. Okay. It's an empty site. Why can't you despawn? That's annoying. Oh, I see what I'm... Okay. Wounds and stuff. Wish I could just remove some of these things. I don't want to see them all. Oh, I guess if I had read the tutorial, it would have told me press F3 to search your system for ore sites. Turn down this master volume a little bit. Very loud in my headphones. Okay. Wow, I've never had so much difficulty. Like the previously, you would just hit like a warp to button and points of interest would kind of come up on your screen. It was really easy to find stuff, but I know they purposely made it more difficult. Have to work for stuff now. But I guess once you get used to an area, you'll kind of know. Where the heck is the ore? Alright, let's try this. Maybe we can loot something from the ships. Okay. We have some stuff to loot here at least. Corpse. Corpse won't get us any ore. I can't mine those. Nothing. Right? Nothing? How rude. All wreck, that's better. That's what I'm looking for. Give me the goods. They change it? Am I still going to bounce? Yep, I'm still going to bounce. Okay, that's good. Notice there's no shield and no armor, so it has now changed from like that Eve system where you automatically have shields and armor on every ship. Nothing? Ugh. The corpse have cargo? It does not. But you no longer have shields and armor, so if you want shields and armor, you have to actually fit a shield mod or an armor mod. And those mods, including like the rep mods and stuff like that, actually come with like a flat amount of shield HP as well. Just go to a planet and if there's anything there, because so far everything's been empty. Maybe I just need to go back to that starting site and try looting it again. Maybe it's respawned. I just kind of want to get out of this starting system. Nothing on the planet changed. Checked already, right? And they did change. Eve uses AU, which is a measurement in relation to Earth, so everything in distance now on Frontier is measured with light seconds. The game's still in development, so you might see some placeholder things that are still, EVE Online, but anything that is, they'll be replaced eventually. Right. Give me something here so we can move on with our lives. Why are you giving me empty points of interest? This kind of reminds me of like Eve Potato Mode. Might be helpful though from, you can do friendly fire because everything is occlusion. If you fly in front of your ally and they're shooting, you're going to get shot even if they don't mean to shoot you. Oh wait, is there heat from the sun? Okay, that's different. Find somewhere else to go then. On something. And it's nothing to mine at the moon, is there? Can't imagine there is, but it'll get me away from the sun while I think about what I'm doing next. Heat from the sun, that's a new one. That's kind of cool. Can't just hide out at the sun anymore. Check that. Moon. Yeah, if there's any asteroid belts, it'd be great. Oh, this is what you get. Right. They'll be generating. Yes, stars are hot. Yes. Enough. Notice the lack of stargates. You can see there's some areas that are connected, but there is a lot of areas that are not. Oh, this is a totally different shape than last time I played. Interesting. There might even be more gates in this. I asked in Discord before I started. Apparently, we're at 28,500 star systems right now. The final one's supposed to be 100,000. I have to get over here. All right. Check all the corpses. No, we're just gonna try mining. Oh, it requires a crystal. Do you have any crystals? No, of course. Oh, I do. Can I mine the shipwreck? Find out. Nope, I can. Oh, wait. Misses. This was the... Of course there will be ratting drama. There's always ratting drama. Hit it. Nothing here. I don't... Check all the corpses. Someone's got some credits in their pocket. Yeah, it must have been... Okay, so look at my heat now. I must have been getting heat from the star, because it's way down now that I'm further away from the star. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. That was not in the game before. The heat's new. Wonder if that's going to matter for overheating and stuff like that. Alright, screw this. Let's go... See if I can even do anything in build mode. Refuge requires 50. No, so that's why it wants me to have 50, so I cannot do... Get me out of here. How do I get out? Alright, we're gonna cheat, and we're gonna go over to the Frontier Discord. Apparently other people are stuck too. There's the good old hanging GIF that's being posted in the Discord. I see a printer somewhere. Jeez, I would just go kill somebody's printer, try and get something out of it, but it would take forever in this ship. There's no way I'd take it down. You have too much structure HP. Spawn despawn issue. Oh man, so apparently there's a bug. So I'm gonna start over. Don't care about that. I skip tutorial. I'm gonna relaunch. Okay, apparently they are patching this issue tomorrow. That's what I get for not reading all the stuff in the Discord. You can see it's still Carbon Engine, which is the same engine that EVE Online uses. Game actually gets really confused. And in. Oh, I have to wait 3 minutes. Okay, well, we'll sit here for 3 minutes, I guess. Maybe I'll try a different region this time. Hopefully that'll help. Clearly not everybody's stuck, or the Discord would be going insane. It's just me. I was on... I think there's a lot of starter systems, though. See, I would just play Eve at the same time here, but they are completely incompatible right now. If I am running one, I cannot run the other. And it did it to me earlier when I was trying to test setup and stuff. I closed Frontier because Eve was not functional, and Streamlabs just immediately picked up my Eve client. So it is recognized as identical by the computer for sure. It's weird because Eve, I can run 6 accounts on Eve and the Eve client doesn't care, but it's a little different with Frontier. It does not like anything else running. I don't know if that's because they're trying really hard on Frontier to avoid the multi-boxing. It's going to be really tough. I've heard some people talk about doing it or buy multiple accounts. I think they're going to be disappointed because it's pretty involved. It'd be very difficult to run multiple accounts in this game. You can see on my screen here, I have 0 Lux. Lux is the new currency in this. There is going to be eventually a like Eve token, which will be a crypto token, but that's not even in the game yet. And from my understanding is that Eve token is kind of going to replace basically Plex in Eve Online, so there will be a 2-currency game just like Eve Online is, but the token will be used for things like premium subscription time and stuff like that. Or if there's like premium applications, because yeah, it's kind of like a new Eve. It is its own game, but it's done by CCP. It's still within their still within house there. All right, let's see if it'll let me do the same name. And we are not going back to that. And let's try the Milky Way looking one, or sounding one. Saw this. Let's jump right in this time. But yeah, this one is a lot more survival based. It's got more base building. There's very few structures. Not all systems have gates. Everything is the equivalent of nullsec. There is no safety net in this game whatsoever. Like, there is... Last time I played, there was a structure like every 20 jumps, but when I say that, there was only one structure per region. I didn't even think about it. I could have killed this dude. Fuel. You. And let's go into our system view, now that we know what we're doing a little bit. Site. Oh, maybe there's... There's rifts? You've got to be shitting me. Is this what I think it is? Go find out. One of the most valuable thing in the games is rifts, which contain crude. Yes, it's like it sounds. It functions like oil. And it's required for a higher level fuel. They look really cool. And last time I played, we searched for weeks to find one. Yep, it's a freaking rift. Why? I can't even mine it here. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, interesting. It automatically goes into tactical if you zoom out enough, and then it goes into system view. Okay, I just learned something. Ah ha ha ha. Right click on the thing. Found an asteroid. Finally. Okay, we seem to be able to do stuff in this system. So maybe it's going to force us to actually work our way out of this starting system. Last time it was very generous. It had you in a starting system, but it still had a gate, a one-way gate to get out into the like gate system of the region you were in. Deep core metallic. Not what I want right now. If I don't find carbon ore. Ah, carbon. There we go. So the first thing we need to build is a refuge, which is what lets you build a couple of basic things, but most importantly, it lets you refine stuff. I hope it's better than 50% now, because that was a little brutal last time. Especially since you got 100% in the station. We did not realize that at first. Carbon ore. This is what... 15. Able to start. Alright, we can actually play the game now. The last system was just a desert. We had entire regions get trapped last time because the jump ranges of ships were not within range of any system, so people could not leave. The only way to leave was to find a rift, and nobody could find any rifts. It was comedy in the making, for sure. Alright, inventory is I. Alright, so got enough. Build. Wait, what? Metal rich. Oh, they wanted common ore? Oops. Okay, they changed stuff on. That's to be expected. But what? Need metal rich ore. Actually need the site I was in before. Happens. It's okay. We'll just go to this next site and throw stuff out into a jet can, because you can still do that. Okay. I like this tactical. Deep core metallic. Wants us to common ore. Why do we want common ore? Just build anything. Oh, the refinery is built with common ore. That's new. I stand corrected. Alright, we could build a printer though. That's the case. Let's do that. Just go here and we'll drop that printer down. That way I can dump stuff into it. That'll be fine. Printer there. Seconds. Somewhere near me. Oh, there it is. If it's anything like before, this should at least give me some storage space that I can empty my cargo hold into. Oh. Oh, does it not have storage space? Let's see. I don't like how this puts me into full screen because I'm just sitting in space right now. Flex. So far, there's not blueprints or anything. This like ability to build and stuff is just tied to the particular structure or printer or whatever. Okay, so this one does have some ability system. Alloys, carbon material. So this is like a raw refined like mineral actually built. Oh, directly from electronics, which this doesn't let me store stuff. Cargo. Correct. Do we have a new storage? Work node. Portable storage. We do. Or is common ore. That's why it wants us to have common. Okay. Well. I have much printer. Metal rich. Put on space. Alright. Yeah. Whoops. Went to the first one last time. Let's try the second one now. These jet cans are not permanent, just like EVE Online. They have a limited life. I think for now, I could be wrong, but I think they're still using the default timer of like 2 hours, so should give us time. Carbonous, carbonous, carbonous. Right? So we don't want that either. I don't want the full map. Some map. Natural. This should be. Hopefully it is, then we can make our storage. They had a lot of things tied into the refuge last time. It was your refinery, it was your basic storage, it was your basic printing. So it seems like they're really starting to flush out that base building piece of it. Ooh, what else is here? Oh, somebody else is building here. I don't think they're here right now. our lives. It's having X. Okay. Have enough common ore. Binary. Double check. Storage space made out of. Portable storage. So made out of this ore. Okay. The material do we get out of this? Get out of it. Okay, carbonous. You eventually end up with like a graveyard type scenario because you just leave things behind. You end up having to leave things behind as you move along. You just can't take everything with you, so a lot of them, let's see if they have a stuff. Should have an expiry rate, 30 days, but I'd turn that. Okay, yeah. Maximum lifetime 3 days, 14 hours. And there's the. See, this belonged to this character. Let's find. That was the other thing they changed. They removed their ability to like jump directly to your stuff. So it became well advised to pick a point of interest. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to jump back to your stuff. Which, unless they changed it, asteroid belts and stuff despawn after you finish them off, so. That'd be a kind of a problem if you can't jump back to all your stuff after you. Okay. There's our printer, so we'll go over here and drop some stuff next to it. None of this is going to be long term. They're definitely not staying in this system. Close enough. So, binary. Change the fuel types too. Maybe with this other fuel, this ship will be able to jump to. Okay, let's see. Common ore, silicates. To hold some. Okay. Notice these things all. So it's. Oh, sorry, not wait, but you want to build up multiple so you can kind of parallel your processes. Even see. Look. Done. And more of it. To be able to get back. Wouldn't be able to. See, let me see if I can just find. Annoying if we just listen to the same stuff over and over again. I haven't used this app before. Works. All right, deliver. Okay. Stuck there. All right. Let's put some storage down because it's tiny. Kind of hoping they'll let us do some sort of like a grid system at some point. It's going to be a pain. Don't. Where? I'm not quite sure why this is not going up. Whoa. That was really loud. Sorry about that. I don't know if that's coming through on the stream now or not. It is. Was it super loud? I'm sorry about that. I found out where it had not selected a audio output yet. All right, we'll just try some or something. All right. There's our storage. 5,000 is not bad for space. It's certainly bigger than I have access to. Yeah, I had to do the same thing. We spent 30 minutes in the first system and could not find a single ore field. Apparently there's a patch coming tomorrow for it. Okay, now that I have more permanent storage stuff in there. We have a stack all on the right click now. Oh, I'm so used to right click stack all from Eve, and that's not in this game. You have to use the button. Okay. D1 fuel. Where? Personal assets. So there's a way to find them now. Interact with your refinery. Oh, yeah, I was getting pretty I asked in Discord. I got a little lazy. This is D2 fuel. Where's the D1 fuel? I mean, it's an Eve game. You're gonna get trolls all over the place. Oh, it's water ice. Okay, I feel dumb. Okay. I need water ice. I believe storage. It's going to come from carbonous ore. Ugh. Work on that. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's like, I don't know, it's really late. 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. Reykjavik right now, so. Okay, so yes, carbonous, we'll get water. Need a way to connect the two. As the other problem too is that the game is still in an early access state, so it's not going to be nice to you. And apparently they're patching it tomorrow, so. Hey, splitting stacks works now. Oh. Just doing 1 stack. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be painful to start with. Is the music too loud? It's really loud in my headphones. Okay, cool. All right. $1,800? You want 1,800 for a stack? Holy crap. All right. I gotta refine a lot more. Good luck, man. Oh, button. Yeah, I mean, last time we played, we didn't even have a tutorial. It went to a certain point and then just stopped working, and the point that it stopped working was really bad. Like, it was left so many people lost. But, you know, this is why it's alpha, beta, whatever they're calling it right now, and not a live game. You gotta be forgiving of it on some level. This is still only going to get me 450. Need get more. Nope. Please. So where's the assets they were talking about? Let's see. Personal assets. Ha! Let's stop jumping before I check, I guess. I found out when I started this that apparently now you have to have 100 followers on Facebook. Okay, you can put in here to stream to Facebook, so I guess I won't do that anymore. They used to just let anybody do it. It's kind of like YouTube. You didn't have to have a certain number of followers to stream. Standard Eve cycle. Mine, get resources. Mine some more. Get more resources. Build things. This music app is so much better than Pretzel Rock, which I used to use. Pretzel Rock. What it's called. Guess that's why this one's part of the premium Streamlabs now. Oh, I took all my fuel out. Alright, that's fine. I don't need that much right now. So the fuel thing is kind of interesting. Within certain ships, you can use certain types of fuel, but even beyond that, certain fuels have certain efficiency levels. So you can get more efficient fuel and the same ship can jump further. Seems like maybe they simplified the names now with like D1, D2 and stuff right now. But we'll see as we get to higher level fuels how the naming scheme progresses. It definitely made it easier to find things now that I know that you right click on a point of interest to see what else is there. Must be an inventory alert that I'm getting. I don't like the beep. I feel like somebody's showing up and shooting me or something. Oh, somebody is here. Alright. That's good to know. Hopefully they don't shoot me, because I don't have anything to fight back with. He's just mine. Back to our refinery. This person's also on a starting ship, so they can't do much to us. You can see the difference, though, with no overview. You have to physically see when people are there. It's a whole different ballgame. Like, here's local chat, and there's nobody in it. It's just like a wormhole in Eve. Yeah. I don't like this full inventory. I would love to not have to do that. Let's see. Oh. Enough cargoes. Alright. 1800. $400? There's no way to type in that field? That's something else that should be addressed. Another 1400. Minutes. All right, well that's working then. Let's look at the printer and see what we need for that upgraded ship. Refined alloys, carbonish material. We have quite a bit of already. Stuck. Did I drop some materials into it? Still in there. Oh yeah, it locked in. Weird. Okay, so this requires electronics, which I have to find from a site somewhere, I think. First alloys takes common ore and metal rich ore, so it's great ore. $100 carbon. We got plenty of silicates. Oh, open. Some mining lenses run out. There's definitely a gameplay loop where you can screw yourself because you don't have enough lenses as you run out. Then you don't really have a way to make more. Like if you run out of fuel, you're screwed. You can't go anywhere. You gotta kind of watch as you go through those things. Like a ton. Oh, I want some fuel. Topped up on fuel. Try not to make too much stuff because we're not going to take it with us when we leave. I need a button here for like, just make the max number that you can. Okay, that's running. Refinery done yet, so we can make the fuel. It is. I don't know why I'm having to hit the deliver button twice. Oh, I don't. Wait, 1800? Alright. Well, I have enough, I think. I'm not enjoying the lack of connected storage on these. Plenty of carbonus. Excuse me. All right, got our fuel building. Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. Still doesn't tell me what I can use it in, does it? Fuel drives the smallest vessels, abundance and minimal cost. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Okay, for starters, let's see if we can load E2 fuel. Gotta remember, we unload the fuel bay. Remember if I can. There's no capsule, so you can't, like, jettison from a ship anymore. Well, for now, let's just run down the fuel that we have in there. Focus on building that ship. So, printer, time, storage, did that. Build a refuge. Ah, okay, the refuge gives us fitting services. So the refuge is fitting services. For that, we need 50 metal-rich ore. Need metal-rich ore for the ship anyways, so let's find some metal-rich ore. Ah, haha, I can just right-click there. Natural, that's common. I don't want that. Ferrous cluster, that sounds like it could be metal-rich. Let's go check it out. Okay, the lenses are small. That's not going to take up much space. Ah! Okay. Oh, rogue drones. Are they just miners, or are they going to shoot me? Hopefully they're just mining. It looks like they are. It is... the lore is not super clear. Like, we don't really know exactly what's going on here. We don't know... Like, we don't think this is the EVE online universe. We think it's a separate one. But there's no life in this universe whatsoever. Like, there's no pirates, nothing like that. There's just drones is all you have to fight against. Oh, okay, they're just mining too. But mining lasers can hurt. But so you're competing against drones and other players. There's no pirate factions or anything like that in this game. The whole point of it is to kind of rebuild civilization. It's definitely like a post-apocalyptic type world. And they don't really... They're not very clear. You know, there's some cases where they've come out with lore that has things like, you know, they built robots that built robots, but forgot to tell them when enough was enough. And so the entire planet, all the way down to the core, has not only been consumed in the pursuit of building robots, but the planet itself is now just a robot, and the sheer gravity has then crushed the robots together into forming a new robotic planet core, but it's just like, you know, crushed robot parts. But there's a few little fun lore pieces like that, but generally they have not been. No, maybe that was an inventory warning. Let's be an inventory. But generally they have not, you know, explained or told us what's going on. It's up to the players to kind of discover and figure out as they go. So a lot of the lore is not explained. It's there to discover, which is kind of fun. It's interesting they added the lifespan back to structures in the previous one. They just completely removed it because they were letting people test stuff, and every time you interact with the structure, the timer resets on it. So it might say 3 days, but as long as once every 3 days you interact with the structure, it'll reset the timer. Alright, let's build that refuge. That'll be done in a minute. Got the printer. Manufacture jump engine. Oh, so we need the jump engine now. Okay, let's look at that. Sojourn, that's this one. Some reinforced alloys and carbonous material. Well, we have the carbonous material. Requires metal rich and common ore. So next we're going to need some common ore. I guess I haven't looked at the fitting of this ship yet. Can I? Fitting. Oh, so it does have a jump drive on it. Or a drive. If it shuttles, there was a lot of confusion last time because... So we can only use hydrogen fuel. Engine. But some engines apply very specifically. Like certain ship, stuff like that. Like we've got, oh, we have 238. Oops. Hey, we have a hangar now. Sweet. That was another thing that didn't use. Okay. Double check the printer. Which do? It's 378. Definitely don't have that much. Yeah. Back to the grind. It's too bad they've come with all these like copyright laws and stuff like that. It would have been nice to stream back in the day when I could just play whatever music I wanted and not worry about it. I understand why it exists, but it's too bad. They've got jet cans everywhere. If I could defend myself, I might just take them, but they are clearly further along than I am. It's nothing exciting so far. It's more silicates. But I need common ore. Still have a ton of HP? I bet they do. 6,000 structure, 6,000 armor, 12,000 shields. Yeah, it would take forever with the cutting laser to get through that. Absurdly long time. You can see my fuels decrease, and even just using the cutting laser, everything runs on fuel. is very much a world like ours in that sense. Everything revolves around the crude. Almost full. Oh, the joys of the first day after a major patch. There's so many people having bugs. Just gotta take that laser out. That's an annoying stack size. It'd fit exactly 520 if I didn't have that in there, and I still got 80% left of my laser or lens. Here's what I don't know. Let's see. Anchor. What does anchor mean? Nothing, apparently. Cargo. See, this is great. I want my printer and stuff to open up. I suppose I probably need a hub. Maybe I can try hitting the inventory button while I'm in here. This is annoying because I have my inventory open in-game, but the only inventory you can see is my ship. 140. That'd be 280. Grab as much of this as I can. Grab more afterward. Get a lot of this stuff. $756. Still don't have enough. I'm short by 2. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Alright, we'll start 1 and we'll go get more. If I wouldn't have had a lens in my cargo hold, we would have had enough. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Let's see if this one's less busy. I know this part of the game is pretty boring, but it's an Eve game. This one's definitely busy too. Keep wanting to hit F1 to activate my laser, but no, we're not playing Eve right now. We're playing Frontier. Enter FE. Glad my computer's been stable enough to do this for so long. It's been having some issues lately. kind of like how Spartan the UI is. I don't know if they're gonna make it fancy or not. I'm not sure that they are. Because theoretically, long term, when this game is in full development, players are going to be able to modify that themselves. I imagine a lot of the systems will stay pretty bare bones. They'll just focus on features. Back to the printer. Let's get ourselves out of this system. I think that next ship has 2 mining lasers on it, or the ability to put 2 on, and that alone will help quite a bit. At least it's letting me go over my cargo hold for this. Over? Yep, fine. So. $40. Push that because we're do this time. Remember how much we needed for the. Wish it wouldn't lock me in here. I'd like to look. Yeah, wait. Maybe I can only do it in structures. Used to be a way to be able to see the whole list. Deliver. Ah, that stuff's big. Like getting stuck every time. Can you catch up with me, please? Oh, now it's letting me type on there, now that I don't want to. Can we get off of this? Good job. Stuck. There. Is that why we're stuck? That's a really lame reason to be stuck. This must be a consequence of not having the like hub online. There's a like a network node that you need to make things talk to each other. That's got to be what the issue is. All right, we need 6 and 95. Have that, so 6, 95. Because I'm not docked or anything here. Literally anyone could come along at any time and just wreck my life while I'm in this screen. So it's kind of annoying that I can't do anything outside of it. Need another printer just so I can like look at the recipes while something else is printing. Very limiting. not trying to build a permanent base here, so I won't worry about it too much right now. Get me that engine. Got an engine now. Okay, now it wants us to build the reflex. That's what I want to do anyways, so. What is bugging you? Seem to have a little bug where it gets stuck. 304, 56. Frame, that's frame. Fossilized electronics, so I'm probably gonna have to go around and loot some stuff. I guess pop up on cool. Not keeping the terms. It's unstable fuel isn't gonna be good for anything else. How much more could I fit? I think. That's enough to get us through. I still can't believe there's rifts just sitting here. Okay, wreckage. Let's try that. I think we have like 6 of those components right now, so we need to get up to 10. That's not too many more to find. I do like that it does seamlessly move between the 3 camera modes as you zoom out. You zoom out far enough and zoom out far enough and it just goes into the next camera mode. Oh, we're like on the sun. Kind of cool wreckage feel. This game... Oh shit, I'm being shot. Let's see what we can do with the Manning laser against him. So far he hasn't hit me either, so I'll just keep going towards the container. We've done a tiny bit of damage to him. I'm heating up fast from that sun. Holy moly. I guess I do have a hull repair too. Oh, and an afterburner. Let's use that. Get to this container faster. Shooting him is pointless, it seems. Wasting the lens. Let's go out to tactical view and see if there's any other containers we care about. Okay. Taking a little bit of damage, but not enough. Oh, we might be taking damage from the sun. Ah! Yep, I know it's too far away. Get there, get there. Good thing there's only one of these guys. Ooh, he hit me pretty hard there. Off the afterburner, don't run the extra fuel. Nothing. That's lame. Alright. Look at the system view really quick. They're the same? Let's warp out. Get away from the sun so I can look at this a little bit more. On a hull rep. Fix our hull. Well, that was a little bit of a wasted trip. Well, let's see if we can find another site. Oh, it's just too close to it? Let's try. Hopefully it'll actually be a different site. It looks the same. I don't know. He didn't do much damage last time, so we'll just burn over there and see if we find anything different in this. Sure, there were why there would be two listed. See any others? We got a good shot in us. Oh, that's somebody's body. It's not loot. So maybe we need to be able to take him out? Let's see if we can build a gun, maybe. Because obviously the laser isn't cutting it. We don't need afterburn armor. Oh, that was kind of cool. We just saw an example there of the occlusion. Their sight line to us was obstructed, so they missed the shot. They hit one of the structures that was in space there. See if we can build a gun. Autocannon. Oh yeah, we can definitely build a gun. Ammo. Put the storage just barely. Common. Oh, 29. Not I can read. You? An auto cannon. Let's see, we know we'll need more. So, well, that builds will some more. Not map. I wonder what's just in the asteroid cluster. Maybe that's a mix of ore. I'm not sure. I guess the other thing we could shoot if we still can't find enough of those materials is to go shoot those droids that were mining the rocks. There was quite a few. That might backfire on us. Have a good night, Nord. Thanks for hanging out. Speaking of, there. I love M&M's little snack. Not the healthiest snack, but it's certainly delicious. Oop, little damage still. I can turn off auto repeat. But it didn't work. Weird. Did I have more fitting on this? Can I... F? I'll have to take off the... Turned off the laser, but not... That's weird. Look at this thing a little bit. Just only have one turret. There's launcher hard points, but I haven't seen any missile launchers yet. Or medium power slots though, so a little bit expanded. How big of a cargo hold does it have? That's another thing. The largest ship in this game is a battleship, at least as far as I know. I don't think that's changed. So no freighters or any... Well, there's a freighter, but it's like a battleship size freighter. Where is... Oh, capacity 520. So it's not any bigger. This ship is really just designed for moving. It's not anything of an upgrade other than that. Go back and grab our gun. I hope the autocannon's a little bit better than it used to be, because otherwise it might be kind of a rough fight. Last time I played, the info on the autocannon wasn't even correct. As far as like how far away, I should say, not how much, but try to look at optimal range, a BS number. Alright. Autocannon's done. Is it doesn't get stuck. It's like slow, I guess. Heavy metals, ammo. Rich, we'll get us heavy metals. That's it. So I guess we're refining some metal rich. So, the printer. Uh, 100 ammo for 200 and... Try not to over... over refine because taking this stuff with us. Type in there before, why is it not now? $60. Okay, little ammo. Double check what else we need for the ship. Already working on that. We've got enough of that. It's just reinforced alloy. Not enough common ore. I swear that's what it was like. I mean, that's just how this game plays, I guess. You always are like swapping between which ore you need because suddenly you run out of one and then have too much of the other. Just want to get out of here. Get me my jump drive. I gotta double check the refuge and get back and see if I can build on it, because the ship battles are very different than EVE. Like, it's still kind of an orbit up game, but you can actually use inclusion, so piloting matters. You can hide behind rocks, or even like this guy's printer and refinery here. I could go up and hide behind them and they wouldn't be able to shoot. You need line of sight for shooting. So it also gets interesting when you have like larger fleets and stuff, because line of sight matters for allies too. If someone flies in front of your guns, they get shot too. We actually had it happen last time. We were trying to PvP someone and there was 3 of us, and someone went on too tight of an orbit and got shot by my guns. So you have to be careful. But you know, there's some groups that have figured it out. I know Reap had like fleets of 100 people, so you know, big fleets are still possible, but it is a lot more challenging. It's not like EVE, you know, where you can just turn off friendly fire. Friendly fire just happens naturally. And the same thing happens for like these cutting lasers for mining. If someone flies in front of my cutting laser right now, they will take damage. It's not a lot. They don't do a ton of damage, but it's a laser. They still get hit. So it's like definitely an inspired by EVE game, but there's a lot of things that make it a very different game. I mean, yeah, you can just like double click, move around. I think they're looking at doing some like controller support or something at some point, but I don't think they're there yet. This is still pretty early on. Like, you know, that was just, I just tried WAS. Let's see if the arrow keys work. Doesn't seem like it. So right now it's just like kind of a point and click, you know, double click in that direction, your ship goes that direction. You don't crash into objects. There's no collision damage in it. So if you hit other ships, which would be a little bit of a nightmare, just an undocking and stuff like that. I know some of the devs are in favor of it, but I don't imagine it'll happen just because it's kind of a nightmare. But I don't know, maybe someday they'll make a module that allows you to do collision damage. But other than that, it's just kind of a point and click for now, but I think they're going to work towards making it more sophisticated. But the base level, well, I guess it does have like the orbit and approach and everything like that that EVE has, so you can set up an orbit pattern on something. There's my stuff there. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of following the tutorial. What answers that? I can't do anything with that. And like if we look at the map here, I don't know if you've played Eve or not, but you'll notice this is the starting system. There is not a single Stargate connected to any system around me. So I'm currently in the process of building a ship that will allow me to get out of here. Because every ship, except the starter one, has a jump drive in it. And once I have the jump drive, it'll give a little red area around the star, and you'll be able to see anything within that sphere of influence you'll be able to jump to. But it consumes your fuel, so you have to be careful. If you have no fuel in your cargo hold, and you jump to the next system, and you can't refuel, you might just be stuck. But if I do zoom out, you can see there is a few Stargates. If I can jump out into these other regions, I can get out there and move around, but they're kind of on the fringe. You can see here towards the center, none of these systems have gates at all. And right now we're at about 28,000 systems, and there's a very small... This is max right now. This is the whole thing. But, I mean, Eve has 7,800 systems, including wormholes and stuff like that. And, you know, right now we're at 28,000. I think the full game is supposed to have over 100,000. That's their plan right now. Within this, like, the camera view is short range, but then if I zoom out further, it goes into a tactical. And then I zoom out further and it goes into the system view. You can see right here, you can just pop between the three of them with your F keys. Storage. But it's definitely like a base building type setup. I mean, there's structures, but they're far and few between. Like, last time I played, we did get to start in a gated region. But that gated region only had one structure in the entire thing. Yeah, I mean, you can build like literal walls because occlusion, you know, so you have defensive walls, and you can build turrets, and you can build your own docking space. And like right now I have down a refinery, a printer, a storage, and then the refuge is the early thing that lets you like fit ships and stuff. You can see, can I do a lookout on this? No, not really. But if I fly down here a little bit, you can see how this refuge is designed, where part of it is like opened up meant to like allow for a ship to dock inside of it. And I think long term their goal is to set these refuges up so you'll actually be able to see physically if there's stuff docked inside, like they won't be open anymore and they'll be closed or something like that. Yeah, I like where they're going with it. I mean, this is still early, so there's a few things that it's still missing, but it's a work in progress. I like it. It's definitely a bit more hardcore than Eve. And like all these structures I have down right now, you have to interact with them at least once every 3 days or they just go poof. Oh, that's... Yeah. Yeah, so if I go into the building right here, so the one big thing that I don't have right now is this network node. And this network node is what allows me to connect other smart structures and stuff. And allows you to like connect turrets and set up defenses, like automated turrets and whatnot. We have a whole bunch of different industry storage gates. So literally stargates. These are what you think they are. Defensive turrets, hangars. These are the walls that I was talking about. So you can set up, you know, I guess we're going to have like relics and stuff as well, but you set up a large physical wall that you can hide behind, use it for ambushes, whatever. And then what you saw inside the printer is the equivalent of blueprints. So these are like the things that you can build. But if I grab, just refining some stuff in here. So like the refinery, I was refining some metal ore right here. And if I go back into the printer to build some ammo, Oh, I already have the autocannon. I need ammo. You can see I need my heavy metals. Math, 690. 300 of it. And then you can set up multiple printers so that you can do like parallel processing and stuff, because you can see this one printer is now going to be tied up for 6.5 minutes as it builds. In fact, I think I will put down one more printer. Let's see what I need. Oh, out of build. Still getting used. You have enough. Yeah, it is an MMO. I have seen at least one other person in this system with me, but they spread people out quite a bit in the starter systems. But it's single shard, just like Eve. Everybody's in the same universe. Anybody can find you at any time. That's all the build mode is. It gives you a little shadow box. Pick your spot, put it down. So you can put them together however you want to. They're doing months, or sorry, they're doing wipes on like a 2 to 3 month basis right now as they like release another feature set. So like this time they've expanded base building quite a bit. Like last time the refuge was your fitting and your basic printing and your refinery and all that kind of stuff. So now they have expanded base building quite a bit, and they've changed the universe size a little bit. And so they did another wipe and they release, but yeah, I think we're on about a 2 to 3 month cadence right now. They're still pretty early stages overall. I like it so far. It's still in the like closed process of if you invest in one of the packages you can get in. I just remembered I should have my posted somewhere, but they do if you like join the Discord, their Discord, not the one I have linked down below, but if you join the Frontier Discord, they do community events every once in a while where they open it up to everybody for like 10 days so you can check it out. So if you just kind of sit in the Discord, you can kind of see what's going on. That's right. Much more of these. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. I played with the first release that they did, and then I kind of took a break and haven't played it all until now, but it's interesting now because they've released the NDA and I can stream it and talk about it. They were pretty limited for a while. And I thought it was going to take them a while to drop the NDA, so I'm glad that they dropped it so quickly. And then they're going to eventually set this up. Well, actually it already exists, but they're... you can drop like a smart storage unit, and those smart storage units you can set up to be like vending machines, markets, all kinds of stuff. I can't remember the programming language off the top of my head, but you know, if you played Eve, they're going to have things like Alliance Auth, but it's going to be built directly into the game. So like if you're frustrated by something in the game, you can just learn how to program that function and insert it into the game. Like they're eventually going to open source the engine and stuff, and you know, if they don't make Planetary Industry at the launch of the game, people are going to actually be able to create their own Planetary Industry function or module long term for the game. For 2, I do not. See if my ammo's done. If so, we can go shoot something. another 2 minutes, so we'll grab some more ore while we wait on that. They're definitely still working out some kinks. Like, when I first started, we spent the first 30 minutes in a system that had not a single asteroid belt in it. I could not find any. So we had to start ourselves over, but thankfully this system has plenty of sites in it. I know that the first time around, you can see here's someone else's setup right here. They've got printers and refineries and a bunch of cargo containers dropped around. But I know the first time around, Reap got big enough that they hit the corp limit, I think, of like 250 and started a second or third corp. So some of the groups have gotten pretty big already. And I haven't seen one yet because they're not in the starting system, I don't imagine, but there's something called like a Moonbreaker or something like that. It is this absolutely massive rogue drone entity that sits in like a mining site, and it looks like the size of a small structure, but it is a NPC rat. And so Reap brought together multiple corps to try and take it down, because I don't even know if they managed. So it's basically like a world boss. So there's just interesting points of interest like that. It's fun. I'm trying to just build the ship that'll let me get out of this system, but nothing's fast when you're first starting out. Oh yeah, you totally can do it. You just have to have enough organization that you don't shoot each other. You know, you've got to make like fleet tactics and fleet configuration matter as you fly around. Like, you don't want people overlapping. You want to, you know, be a sheet going along the sky, you know? Or you want to stagger yourself, or whatever it happens to be, whatever you want to use as a fleet formation. You know, you have to consider how you're angled, how your fleet mates are angled, what objects are in your way. I'm sure big battles will be absolutely intense. So far, there's nothing bigger than a battleship as far as I know. But even still, I mean, the battleships are quite a bit more powerful than the basic ships. It is definitely a survival game. So far, there's no skills. I don't know that they intend to add any either. I think they want to go a different direction of the skill system in EVE Online. But I feel like something has to give eventually. Like, I don't know. Let's see. I can open a market. As you can see, there's not much available on the market. So there's no Stargate connecting me, so that's an absurd number of jumps. But you can see how little is actually on the market right now. These lenses are NPC seeded, and they're required for mining crude, which is a very, very important fuel in this game and needed for larger ships. And I spent weeks looking for one in the last game. Never found one. Thankfully, one of my corp mates found one. There's 2 of them in this starter system. So I don't know if they're easier to find now or if I just got lucky. I mean, I probably won't even mine them before I leave, but different world I'm living in, I feel like. Yeah, so far no skills, no implants, nothing like that. Oh. Oh, war. Do I have enough? No, of course not. What do you mean by trade routes? Oh, it should be done now. I mean, you would have to build them. Like, there's like one structure per region. But you could build gates, connect systems, connect regions. I mean, theoretically, eventually, this game could be as interconnected as something like EVE Online, but it would be built by the players. They're not going to make it for us. So, we've got some more people in here, so let me open the map again just to show. But you can see this whole area that I'm in right now, there's nothing. Like, no connections, nothing like that. And then as I zoom out, you can see there's a couple of areas where civilization hasn't fully collapsed. But, you know, most of it's disconnected. Yeah, some models are still kind of white boxed. But yeah, everything right now is acquired essentially through mining. You know, if you want stuff on the market, you seed stuff on the market. There should be some like NPC buy orders for some of the like basic materials, and that's how you get some of your early money. But each structure only buys like one or two things unless they've changed it. Let's see, try and reef it over to a gun. I found one rat site and I'm looking for a material for my oh nope, that's in my ship. Right. Looking for a material to build this ship, so I'm gonna go see if we can take down this rat. Thank you for the follow. Alright, so within our system view, oh, that's not what we want. Right here, installation wreckage. We'll actually see a good example. Oh, before I leave, let's refill my ship before I forget. I don't want to get stranded. That would be annoying. Oops, wrong thing. Rat battle. Thankfully, there's only a single rat in this site unless it's changed, because otherwise I might be in trouble. Alright, so we're going to add our fuel in. So everything in this game uses fuel. If it burns your capacitor, it uses fuel. So if you are firing your gun, or if you are firing your mining laser, using afterburner, everything uses fuel. So you have to kind of pick and choose. You don't necessarily run your afterburner all the time or run your rep module all the time, because those things will burn fuel. You only use them as you need them. Remember what the orbit button is on this. There is no pod. From what we can tell, hold on just a sec. Let me see what the optimal range is on this. Is it massive? God, it's massive. All right. Let's orbit wider, shall we? Oh, that's pretty hard. But yeah, there is no pod, so if you die, you end up in a new starter ship somewhere else. There is a way to set a medical clone, like once you get to a structure, so you'd respawn there, but it just gives you a starter ship, like a rookie ship. And if you're, like, unable to get back to where you were living, you just have to build a new ship until you can get a ship large enough to get back to where you were living. It's brutal. Like, you can't leave your ship unless you have another ship to board into. Oh, this thing's going down easy. Wow, the autocannon is so much better. Oh, your buddy can't even pick you up. Like I said, there's no pod or anything like that, so you need another ship. So unless your buddy has another ship in his hangar or something, they can't really help you. You end up, I mean, this ship right here is the starting ship, so you would just end up in this little guy all over again with your single gun and a hull repairer and an afterburner. Good luck. It's the same thing if you run out of fuel and you don't have the right type of fuel with you, you can't make it where you are. You're just out of luck. You get stuck, self-destruct, start over. The other thing they added, you can see my heat is increasing. It is actually my proximity to the sun. You'll see when I go back to my area that this heat will drop off. That sun is generating heat, which eventually will cause me damage. I do have some on me. So like if I was an Eve, I'd be burning my afterburner, but hey, I got one of them. I need more than one. Oh, it spawned another. Aha! I thought this was going to take forever. Reload's supposed to be R. Why aren't you reloading? Yes, this is the capacitor right here. This is my fuel gauge. This is my structure. Natively, there is no armor and no shields on any ship. Oh, I see what's happening. It's still approaching the wreck. So things like shield rep modules or armor rep modules actually have HP built into them. So in addition to being a rep module, they also give you just a shield or an armor. So there is buffer modules too, but the actual modules are what gives you the HP. That's why I have no shield and no armor. It's not because I'm damaged. It's because I don't have any of those modules on my ship. And there is no other life in the game. Like, all the life in the game is robotic. There's no NPC rats. There's no pirate factions. The only life in the game is the other players. And it's like a post-apocalyptic, you know, remnants of a previous civilization, but, you know, we don't know. Lore-wise, we don't know. We don't know if this used to be part of the EVE Online universe. We don't know if this was, you know, the Milky Way. We have no idea where we are. Let's go out to my tactical watch. So we have another wreck coming in. A lot of the sites do wave spawn like this. So yeah, I mean, you can orbit or you can point and click and choose a manual direction. So you can manually pilot in that way. I think they're working on controller support and stuff eventually, but they're just not there yet. There is quite a few of them. It's just like a specific type of site. So anytime you see that site, there's one of those rats in it. It's like literally called like a moon crusher or something like that. Like implied that the thing goes and destroys a moon and then just goes around and mines it. Ooh. That. Oh. This. Oh, probably should repair a little bit. I need 4 of these in total. Oh. Watch my ammo too. Oh no. when they tried to take it on, they did a full fleet. They like pinged out in the Discord. They made it a game event and was like, hey, anybody that wants to join in this organization is going to take this on at this date and time. Come fleet up with us. Because they had tried with their own corporation, and like I say, Reap was well over 200 members. I don't know how many of them showed up when they attempted it, but they weren't able to take it down without help. Alright, so we are going to have enough for the ship, but we might as well push this guy off. Yeah. Moonbreaker? Maybe they're called Moonbreakers. Oh, reloading. Why isn't it dead yet? Not sure if it's worth finishing off this site or if it's just a starter site that's just going to continuously respawn the same guys. Ah, that was cool. The sound design in this game is also pretty good too. I heard when they did the FanFest video for it, they had the sound cranked way up, and it actually shook the walls in Harpo when they were showing it off. Or, I don't think they're in Harpo anymore. I think they might be in the other convention center there at Reykjavik. But still, they were shaking the room when the gun started going off. This one's pretty quiet, just a little autocannon, but still pretty satisfying. And so far, from what I'm aware of, there's not too much variety in like weaponry and stuff yet. It's just like a size thing. And there's like autocannons, railguns, and apparently missiles, because the ship we're going to build has launcher hardpoints on it. The key bindings are different from Eve, so I'm clicking a lot because I don't remember what the key bindings are on this. And there's no right-click stack all. You have to use the button. Which exists in Eve Online too, and I did not know it until I played this and couldn't find a way to stack stuff. I'm gonna hit that. Ugh. Thankfully there's no collision damage. You still bounce off stuff. Come on. This one doesn't do anything interesting. We'll probably just loot it and move on, because I don't want to stay here forever. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Gone through quite a bit of ammo too. I built 300. It must be in his range now. It changed from yellow to red. That's kind of a nice little addition. You don't even drop loot. How rude. Whoop. Into the system view. We'll just, alright. One more. You're already here. Just looked at it earlier. R is supposed to be not working. This might be the last one either way, just because I'm going to run out of ammo. I did see when I went in here earlier, it actually does tell you, like, if you get an object in between you and them, it'll say that they missed because they lost line of sight on you. So it even tells you when you're, like, taking advantage of it, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, this is still kind of a closed beta, um, but the previous one was like under the NDA. So today is the first time that they've released the NDA, but as you can see up here, it's still an early development build. Get a different rat type? No. Oops. Pay attention to my hole here. So we've been able to play it now for a few months, but this is the first time we've been able to play it and share it. Oh, just let me loot my cargo. That's a hard hit. 50 damage. Okay. They're not giving anything useful other than what I already have, so they can keep this site. I did notice previously that the wave spawns were pretty long. Like, you might have a wave spawn of like 9 or 10 waves. But you definitely can. Like, there's, as far as I know, there's nothing in the game right now as far as like a sovereignty type system. But the gates that you build are player owned, so you can actually put like restrictions on them and not allow certain people to go through them, or charge people a certain amount to go through them. And you can change how much you charge by group. There's quite a bit you can do with them. Like, you can't limit it very directly, but you can limit it a little indirectly. Yeah, so the first playthrough, where they actually released like a universe, they had some previous like mass tests and stuff like that that was only a few hours long, but the first one where they had the server up consistently, they accidentally isolated one of the regions so that nobody could leave. And it was actually a player-built Stargate that eventually saved them. So there's already been some emergent gameplay like that. I've got to go back. So the way they're approaching the blockchain, I think it is, like they chose blockchain for the features that blockchain can offer and not for the reason of crypto. So they're using the blockchain because what they want to do eventually is move to an open source development platform where other people can develop for the game and create stuff in the game. So like right now, EVE Online has things like Alliance Auth that are hosted outside of EVE on private servers. with blockchain, they can bring that into the game and host that within the architecture of the game. And then, you have the same sort of idea where then the creator of Alliance Auth then owns it on the blockchain, like that becomes their NFT, so to speak. So, no one can then steal it. Obviously, someone can code their own thing and then put it into the game, but the owner of it stays the owner of it, but then other players will then have access to, use it, whether it's a subscription model or they have to pay Lux or whatever in game, or they have to pay with the Eve token, which is going to be like the replacement for Plex once they have it. And that one will be the crypto that can go outside of the game. So, like when they were, Hilmar was talking about it early on, and basically like, with the terms of service of EVE Online, they can't legally allow you to like sell your avatar for real money, but it's kind of a dumb model. Like, why should CCP be the overseer that says, you can't sell your Titan if you have to pay a medical bill? So by using the blockchain and the crypto, they actually create a method for which people can legally do that. And CCP is just like, yeah, do whatever you want. So it definitely has some advantages. All right, let's look at starting to build this ship. First thing, these. Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, obviously it remains to be seen how well they implement it, but if you are on the fence, if you join the Eve Frontier Discord, which there's a link to it on their website, they do like free play periods. I decided that I think the top tier package is like 4 months of Omega time, or whatever they call it, premium time, subscription time. And I was like, you know what? I will give the game 4 months. Like, it is interesting enough to me that I'm willing to commit to 4 months of playing the game. And so I went ahead and did that. Plus it gives you 3 days early head start, and when this game first launches, 3 days early head start I think is going to be a big deal, but that's just my opinion. Oh, that's rough, buddy. That's rough. That shouldn't happen. Carbon should exist everywhere, but that's unfortunate. Anyone that paid into it before should have access to it. If you just had access during like one of the free periods, then you'd only have access when they put out, another free period. There was some people that had won packages. I think they already, made that happen, but I'm not exactly sure. Like, I bought into it before. I did not buy into it again, and I still have access to it. But they did have a couple of like free play periods that lasted for like a week or a week and a half. They've been using it for like mass tests and stuff like that. Normally those are coming up once the current, what do they call it, era? What's the word they're using? Oh, I don't remember. But anyways, for each period that they're doing, cycle, thank you. For each cycle that they do, they are trying to get a certain number of people in at the end of it to like mass test that cycle, see if there's any bugs when they add a ton of players to it. before they move on to the next cycle. So that's how they've mostly used it. Normally the free access comes about as the cycle's ending. I don't know about you guys, but I do not like this full screen thing. Like, I'm still in space right now. Someone could come and shoot me. I wish I could see what was going on around me. I hate that in survival games when the crafting goes into full screen. It happens to me in 7 Days to Die all the time. You're like sitting there trying to craft, and the next thing you know, you're getting punched by a zombie that you didn't even know was there because you can't see around you. It's not what I... 56. Oh, I do. Sweet. The ship. Is that how Tarkov... I've never played Tarkov. Ugh. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I also don't like the delay after you deliver something. All right. This 300. Is there a pin? Oh, why not? I hate memorizing build orders. I can't even fit all of them. Oh, limited cargo size. I haven't tried putting down the hub yet, but I sure hope when the hub is down, I can connect all these together and I won't have to use my ship as a go-between. Things are massive. Wrong printer. They did make this, like, basic printers and stuff way easier to build. They took quite a bit more to build previously. Alright, starting our ship. Yeah. I never played Freelancer, actually. I mean, I'm one of the saps that invested in Star Citizen, so... you know, maybe that game will come out someday when I'm completely white hair. Yeah, I mean, there will definitely be, you know, so the map they had before, and I'm guessing this is how the long-term map will look eventually, but as you move further away from the center, which is where the black holes are, the systems are way more concentrated. So your space is harder to defend out there because you can come from a lot of different directions to get into those systems. But as you move further away, the systems were further spread apart, so smaller groups can kind of move away from the center to have their own space, whereas larger groups will probably go towards the center where the best resource quality and stuff like that is. We'll see how it works out, though. Okay, let's see. What do I need? Oh, if I strip my current fitting... Oh, nope. Ship itself. I have 1 low, 4 medium, 2 high. I'm currently using 2 medium and a high. Could make some shield generators, printed circuits. Okay, that would be easy enough. Actually look at these. So just as an example, when we look at the bulky armor plates here, you can see it has a mass. Mass is very important because mass affects your jump range. So the more mass you have, the less far you can jump. Because it's a mass calculation basically based on the number of fuel that you have in your fuel hold. And that includes your cargo. So if you have a lot of cargo, you can't jump as far. But that would give me 750. And then you can see it's got a resistance bonus built into it. Is there mass on the shield generator? Because that would be a big difference. There is, but there's a lot less. No resistances. 500. Oh, and it goes into low power. Okay, so I can only put one of those on anyways. Anything else? Heat exchanger. What's this for? Great. Internal temperature reach equilibrium with the external. Ah, weird. That's different. I built this engine. This must be what's used. Let's look. I think that chip's done now. Everything out. Everything out. Cargo. Yeah. I mean, you definitely do, because you're super limited. You start off with this basic rookie ship that you can't hardly do anything with. And so you're immediately incentivized to build another ship, because that's the only way you're getting out of the system. Oh, no, wrong printer. Like, all I can do is fly around in the system right now. Requires a hangar to be delivered to. Yes, just deliver it to space, please. Okay, so there's now my ship. Anybody could take it right now. Fitting service. Strip this one, because I don't care about it. Shuttle. Keep its engine, because work on this one. Ship. Alright. Got our first ship here. Use D1 fuel this time. Oh, I don't have an engine. No wonder I can't fit any fuel. Duh. Engine. Now we can put fuel in. Holy crap, that uses a lot of fuel. Alright. I'm gonna have to build some more fuel. Hull repair. That add hull HP? No. Afterburner back on. Oh, does the cutting laser not use... Hey, sweet, so I can fit a gun now, too. That's nice. That's a definite improvement. Run the cutting laser and the gun. I thought the cutting laser was taking up. Alright, so now, just so that we can look at this. I'm nowhere near full, but... Nope. Map. Alright, so now you can see the jump range in which I can reach with the fuel that I have in my hold. I'm only like a quarter full. So, but, whoops, let's not do it yet. I can literally just jump to this system. That's how you navigate early on. There's no stargates or anything like that over here, so you just literally jump system to system. And our D1 fuel is our very basic fuel. Yep, boarded it, fit it up, and explore. Yep. Not yet, but more D1 fuel, which means like water ice coming from carbonus. Carbonate. I wish my cargo hold was bigger. I don't have any expanded cargo hold. Do we? Any? Shield generator. No, of course we can't. Yeah, it is. It has a little bit of an EU feel, but it is definitely a unique game. Want the natural. Oh, carbon field next to that one. Goofy little ship. I like it. They definitely improved your ability to travel in this one, because the fact that I have barely any fuel in my hold and can already jump to another system is significant improvement. All kinds of drones here stealing it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I took a break just because they didn't change too much in the first couple, but this is drastically expanded from what it is. There's a lot more to do now. And since we're just sitting here mining, just from looking at some of the stuff that we can build, you know, right now we've only built a small printer, but there's a large one. Does it say what I can build in it? No, it doesn't. Refinery. Oh, there's a large refinery. Interesting. There's some other ore types that you need for more advanced ships and stuff like that, so that's not surprising. Printer. Oh! Cool, it's like a bulk printer. Oh, that'll be nice. Assembler. I wonder if you need that for larger ships. Oh, there's a shipyard. Okay. Large shipyard. Battleships and battle cruisers. Frigates, destroyers, cruisers, shuttles, corvettes. That's kind of cool. Storage. Okay, so the smart storage units are the ones that you can program with... I'm blanking on the name of the language right now. But anyways, they're the ones that you can turn into like vending machines, make them into markets, field dispensaries, whatever. Those are the things that you can actually interact with and do stuff with. As opposed to these storage units that, you know, are just dumb storage units. Gate, same thing. You know, you can change access levels and stuff like that. Defense, right now they just have a smart turret in here. I'm sure that will expand in the future. Got a couple of hangars. And then we have decorative structures, and then the physical walls that you can use for that. Hiding behind things in line of sight, ambushing people, whatever. Let's see, are we full? I'm guessing we're full. Make more fuel because this is all we have. Every time it's out of range. Is that a little bit differently next time? Still flying? Yeah. That's what you need for the basic fuel. Eventually we'll... I'm guessing this D2 this might be coming from the rift. Oh. Keep in here. it to work here. Yeah. I mean, that's why I definitely would keep fuel in my cargo hold. I would not jump with just your that you have. I mean, site should respond. You might not even have to wait until tomorrow. You might be able to go back in like 3 minutes and check. Let's get some more. Yeah, everything revolves around fuel. If you run out of fuel and you're stranded, you can't do anything, literally. Like, you can't even warp. If you don't have extra fuel and you jump somewhere and you've burned all the fuel in your fuel tank, you can't even warp to the asteroid belt to try and mine stuff. Yeah, self-destruct to get yourself back in a rookie ship is like the only option. Yeah, I mean, if you're lucky, someone might come along and help you. Or they might just come by and shoot you. You know, it's an Eve game. Later. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, there was some guys that started fuel services last time. They'd be posting in Discord. Some of the bigger groups. They're like, yeah, just, you know, charge per jump. We'll come fuel you up. It's a little easier to do once you get some of the big ships and you get the crude rifts and stuff. There's 2 rifts in my starting system. Blows my mind. I can't even buy the lenses because they're NPC seated only. You can't build them. But there's 2 rifts in the system that I can't mine. Hopefully that means I'll have better luck finding them this time around and I won't be so limited. Oh, so rifts are where you get crude, and crude is what's needed for assault, and it's also which runs like your smart storage units and stuff like that, runs the gates and whatnot. And it's also needed for higher level fuel, so like your battleships and cruisers and stuff are going to run off of crude fuel. And it is meant to be a resource of scarcity. So it's something that you have to go find and fight over. It will be a conflict driver in the game. But at the same time, you don't have to mine very much of it to get a lot out of it. Unless that ratio has changed. But it's like oil. Like literally, crude is crude. You know, it is going to be a big conflict driver. Yeah, maybe they're just doing it now to just show people, like, hey, it exists. Because it took me like 2 months to find it the first playthrough. Like, it didn't take us too long after we got access to the ships that could actually use them, but they were super hard to find. But then once we found it, we found like 3 of them. But I think actually this new UI that they have with the map will make it much easier to find. So hopefully it... Like, I'm okay with it being scarce. I just want to be able to find it often enough that I can, you know, play the game. This time. Yeah. Still going. Yeah, crude requires a special, it's called like a 3x lens or something like that. And that lens is not something you can build. It's something you have to get off of the market. So it is limiting in that factor. Come on. Catch up with me. Yeah, I know there's not enough space. You already delivered it. Okay. I'm gonna cargo. Yeah, I was shocked to see crude in my starting system. Because it was a gold rush last time. Nobody would share where they saw them. Everyone was trying to figure out how to find them. And people would share after the fact, after they had cleared out the entire rift. Like, hey, we cleared one out in this system. But they were taking 100% of those resources first. Yeah, there definitely is some progression barriers, and that's why I don't think that they need skills necessarily. Like, don't get me wrong, you can definitely force multiply when you have a whole group of people and you're, you know, helping each other build ships and stuff like that. But, you know, it's even when you get into like a cruiser or a battleship or something like that, it's not always necessarily the thing that you want to run all the time. Like, this ship is clearly designed for scouting and exploration, and, you know, I don't see why you would want to risk, you know, all of your battleship fuel when all you need is basic fuel to explore around. Now, once you find the system that you want to go to, then you can route it through with your battleship and, you know, figure out how you're going to get there and start your base or whatever. But I'm about ready to build another riff. It's taking forever. It's 50 common ore. I should. Well, but their holds also get bigger. So like I put a whole refined load of that D1 fuel into this thing, and this is only the second ship, and it only filled a quarter of the tank. Like I say, mass matters, so it is a relevant consideration. You know, some people to travel, they take all their modules and stuff off. They don't take any ammo, anything like that, just because they want to maximize the distance that they can jump or how long they can go. The follow. Like, you have to consider, do you really need armor plates to go from point A to point B? Because they add a lot of mass. Even if you're an armor tank ship, you might just want to go naked and rebuild your armor plates when you get to the other side. Oh, helps if I... Now we can refine in one and build fuel in the other. Yes, it is much more survival focused. And it is much less forgiving. Like, you know, if you're a real casual player that plays EVE Online, you're probably going to find this thing really brutal. Like, even right now, these structures that I'm putting down have a 3-day timer on them. If you don't interact with them every 3 days, they just go poof. And that includes anything you stored in them or anything like that. I think some of the more permanent structures they have are going to be like a 30-day timer, but still, things don't just stay down because you put 6 or 8 months worth of fuel into them. You have to actively engage with them and use them, and if you're not doing that, then you're not going to have the structure. Alright, so just as a comparison, we added another load of fuel. You know, before we could only reach one system. Now you can see we have a whole bunch of systems in our jump range, and I'm still only halfway full. I can't decide if I want to get up here and get on this gate network or not. I guess I am going to have to figure out... Let's see. Good. So... One. Mark it on the map, probably. Solar system. O3. See if I can find... Does the search bar on the map work? H-TAC. Yeah, the basic structures are like 50 ore of a certain type, and you can just right-click, send to cargo hold, and get them all back. Yeah, no overview is a big difference. Extinct civilization. O3H. Where is it? Not work. Thanks for the follow. Oh, I see. I didn't finish it. Holy crap. What? Okay. That's gotta be a joke. I can't even get to that. What? Okay, obviously we're not gonna go to that keep, because that regional keep is just a tease, and there is absolutely no way I'm getting to that. So... let's find something closer. Yeah, it's not possible. That is like a dev system. It's probably because I'm just in the starting system. Alright, let's look at... this region. Well, I might just have to do that. Just to see. That's really not too far to get to. I can probably get there in like 2 jumps once I fill up. So that's what we'll do. Once I get enough fuel, we'll jump out to a Stargate system and see if we can find a structure and actually start making some money. It's already refined. We've been looking at stuff. I kind of like the no overview though, because when you're sitting like in a belt or something and you're mining and somebody jumps in, if you don't physically see them, you don't know they're there. Like, you can be sitting there mining and just mining your own business, and they turn on their mining laser and suddenly you see the line of the laser, and then you're like, oh, somebody's sitting right next to me. I had no idea. So far there's not scanners. Yeah, sound. That's right. Sound is the only thing you have. So far there's not scanners, but you can't actually make safes either, and there's no cloaks. So, like, people can only jump to points of interest. So you have the planets, like, there's no bookmarks, so you can't make a safe point that way. But there's planets, there's moons, there's sites, and then they have the, Lagrange point? I think it's Lagrange point. But the peak of the orbit, all of those are points of interest that you can use. So that's what we're using right now. We're using the peak of an orbit of something to build all of our stuff in. The other one, because I have some left over. This one. But yeah, people can be sneaky if they want to. Okay, well, that was useless systems. Yeah, absolutely. Time is always a factor with these games, so I debate how much I'll be able to play when it goes live, but like, right now I don't care, because they're going to wipe it in 3 months, so if everything gets destroyed... Oh no, it was going to happen anyways. Oh, as in 0.25 seconds? Yeah, it's a much faster tick than EVE Online. What if I'd get anything from these drones? Oh, that's a lot of enemies to piss off at once. Took a long time to build this ship. I don't want to lose it. But yeah, the game is much smoother and more responsive. You don't, like... Eve, you can double-click and... Oh, that's good to know. Only 2 at a time. Eve, you can double-click in space and move, but there's definitely a delay for how far... or how fast it'll turn and move in direction. This is pretty instantaneous. Like, if I click over here, it's already moving right away. There's less of a, like, lurch of it getting going. Oh, killed the rock. Alright. Is there another one? No, I'm gonna have to go to the other site. Oh. Take me to where self is. Thank you. Oh, I'm already in it? Alright, so let's try... I haven't gone to this asteroid cluster. There's probably carbon there too. Yeah, and there's lots of debris. I mean, you can see this asteroid belt only had one ore, or one rock that I could actually mine at. So there's lots of things there that I could have hidden behind. And I like this new tactical view that they have too. It's... You know, it approaches like potato mode and EVE Online, but... Ooh! Oh, that's common ore. Have anything other than common ore here? Common ore. Cargo container. See what's in it. Those things are noisy. Yeah, well, it still is. It's still carbon engine, so they have mentioned that EVE Online may actually... I'm looking for, right? Yeah, heck yeah, I'm gonna take that. They have mentioned that EVE Online will probably see improvements from this game because they are working to improve carbon engine as they build this game, so... Hopefully by the time I jump back, it'll have spawned a new ore field. I need more carbon ore. I guess I don't. I guess I could jump out with the fuel that I have, but... I would really like to have a full tank. Yeah. Yeah, just the little bit of... I don't even know what to call it, but... Like, the nebulas are physical, you know, they create gas clouds and stuff like that. I'd have just enough to fill the tank. Oh, I have more of it? Why is that? Holding myself back here. That. Come on. Out of this weird delay. I don't like it. That stuff's in there. Storage is very weird. some more fuel in. How close are we getting to that system? Woohoo! We still got a long way to go. Oh, it's right over there. It's like 2 jumps away, but if I jump out to the edge over here, we're going to burn 100% of our fuel. If I jump out to this system, our fuel tank will be empty. I don't have any in my hold, so let's not do that. Yeah, you got to watch it. It's tricky. Let's see if I can find more. Ah. Yeah, if things are working right, you should never run out of things like carbon ore. If one gets depleted, they should just spawn another one. But obviously things are not working 100% correctly because some people are getting stranded and... The advanced fuel is a different story. You can get stranded because you run out of advanced fuel and can't find any in whatever system you go to, but the basic fuel you should be able to make anywhere you go. I think ideally I'd like to have one more full tank just in case. Yeah, Alpha was. I want to have one more full tank in the hold, ideally, just in case we jump to a system that doesn't have any, and then we might have to jump around short hops. Find something that does. But I don't really want to bring much of anything with us. Temporarily stranded. Barren wasteland system. I got myself stranded last time I played too. Thankfully one of my corp mates came and rescued me, but it was sketchy. Sketchy. But now if the music gets too boring, I can always change to something else. I know synthwave can get a little repetitive after time. It's very neutral. This has been kind of fun, though. I think this is the most people I've ever had in a stream before, which is kind of cool. It's been a few years since I've streamed at all. But I think overall this game is very streamable. I mean, obviously right now it's limited because we're just mining and making fuel, but the game is very interactive. I'm kind of curious to see if there's refining inside the structures and if we get better rates out of it. Because so that's what I'm referring to. There is like NPC market hub structures that excuse me, each one of them has like a select blueprint list. Well, it did. I guess we'll find out when we get to one, but has a couple of limited blueprints that you can build, and you know, it has some refining services and stuff that you can use, but it was very, very limited. Like, people were quickly hitting their storage capacity. Some structures had such limited storage capacity you couldn't even build ships because you would run out of storage space to store all the parts needed to build said ship. So they did give a little reprieve, but they're definitely not designed to live in. They're designed to, like, go there, sell something, buy something, but they're not designed to spend your life in by any means. Oh, one stack. I wondered why it was going so fast. Need like a build all. Give me the whole stack. Got stuck in there one time. Yeah. I feel like the music heard me. It's getting repetitive because now it shut off. Something. Right, it's just not working. Are we still up? Am I still streaming? Still functioning here. I did my music stop working. Die. Seems like we're still live. Just heard myself. That was. Huh. Just the music that's down. I've had a lot of problems with my. Oh, that's my old ship. Scared for sitting in my base. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's helpful. Okay, well, I'm glad it's still up. Music app before, but apparently decided to expand. More fuel going. quiet now. Now it's just eerie. This game does a good job of being eerie, so that's for sure. Yeah, there's some ambient seems to like go in and